Good afternoon, everyone. Wow, the world looks at Burl spinning through the Caribbean, Indian dipole going cold, Pacific going cold, La Nina. Suddenly the Rossby waves, can't count on those because there is a heat blob affecting the northern Pacific Ocean. Furthest north thunderstorm warnings ever put out by the National Weather Service. We're going to look at it. And following the track, Beryl was supposed to head through close to Grenada, however you like to say that. Earlier was Cat 5 hurricane, and everybody knows that's all the news. That's what's being focused on currently. Islands that don't normally get these types of storms, not even in a season. It's really far south. Category 5 rolling straight over, can you believe? The entire island, you look at it from some of these cloud top height imagery and you see the eye wall so clearly defined, but it doesn't really, show the terror that would be there as this. Look how intense that eye wall is. 100% encompassing. Carriacou Island right next to Union Island, Grenadines. We'll see how they can recover from this. 90% of all the buildings and structures are completely destroyed on that island. Now this is heading next to Jamaica. We'll see where it lands on the island, continuing over Yucatan Peninsula, and from there, well, we'll see how storms can get bent, and we'll watch technology in real time. Inside the eye wall here, stunning images. I mean, I'm not that kind of person who would fly into that, but there are others who do. And you have to wonder about the amplification with that Earth-Sun connection. Speaking of that big yellow thing over there to the left, how that magnetic field would couple with our own and possibly enhance or charge up one of these storms. And looking at all that in the Caribbean got me looking at the Indian Ocean Dipole, or the Indian Dipole. Look at the anomaly, how cold it is coming off of Indonesia and how warm it is off the Horn of Africa. This is what they're talking about, and it is going to go into a cool phase, and you can see it's a positive phase, but cooler than normal over Asia and Indo, and then warmer than normal, meaning water temperatures heading down, but it's a difference between pressure, which also includes temperatures in these east and west areas in the blocks there. Long story short, water temperature is going cool. So you have to think about, okay, Indian Ocean, cold. And then I'd been reading reports that El Nino's finished. So this snapshot that we had back here, 6 months ago, that heat is dissipating out and we're heading into La Nina. So this is one of the newest grabs I could get for average water temperatures July through September is the forecast here. And you notice also in the north, this is significant. That hot spot east of Japan, a little bit south of Kamchatka Peninsula, and right there with the Aleutian Islands. I thought, what kind of system is that going to create, that pressure difference there? But La Nina, it's going to follow the same pattern. It's going to land somewhere in that box in the cool, maximum cooling at the same exact time. Indian Ocean is going to hit its cooling. So we should see how this will work with two cool major oceans on the planet. And it is starting to manifest itself out. This is April 8th, and then we move forward a little bit, and that's 5 degrees Celsius. That is incredibly different in the water temperatures. 5 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit, Celsius. And this one here, May 30th, and you can see how the water temperature is starting to cool coming off into the Nino areas of the Pacific. Gold investors need to buy the dips. Central banks are. Bloomberg and Citigroup are calling for 3,000 by 2025. TD Securities said silver eyes $50 an ounce. And in 2024, gold is up 18% and silver 35%. Call the proud Americans of the Patriot Gold Group today before it's too late. Mention the Adapt 2030 channel. You're going to get some great in-class service. Also, Patriot Gold Group has a no fee for life IRA where your IRA or 401k can be in physical gold or silver. No fee for life IRA on qualifying rollovers. Give them a call, 888-546-7020. And now on with the video. But that difference that I'd seen in the previous map, looking up this, you can see South America. For sure La Nina is starting right in front of you there. But that hot spot, Northern Pacific, something to behold. What is going on here? What is this anomaly? And it shows up again June 8th. So that's been at least a full week plus. So if it was instrumentation or something, it definitely would not be registering. But it's still showing that same heat. Now think about this. The Rossby waves, normally we get this high and low pressure system and it undulates between, and then it creates what we call the jet streams in that undulating flow. But what it really looks like to me setting up is Indian Ocean going cold. That's going to set up a low, and then we're going to have a double low, which would wrapping around that high. And with doubling low pressure systems, we could expect there would be anomalies, especially if that were to come below those two lows and make more of a smiley face and then come ripping up across the high. That would push an enormous amount of warm water up there, and it would create its own weather systems, would it not? And here we are, proof of concept, historic National Weather Service thunderstorm warnings over Arctic Alaska. 50-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-size hail at the Arctic edge. That is insane. This just does not happen. North Slope, what you're looking at is the furthest north and the furthest west thunderstorm warning ever given by the National Weather Service, ever. This coincides with that Category 5 earliest ever, breaking all types of records ever, also at the exact same time. There has to be something more than just jet streams causing all of this. And climatologists back this statement up. The most northernmost, most westernmost thunderstorm warning, 68 degrees north and 164 west. Here's your cones for those interested. Severe thunderstorm warnings. That red circle just broke all the records, and we are in uncharted territory. So I would ask you to consider planetary alignments, squaring planets that haven't been seen since 79 AD. This will occur October of this year. Do you think it would have anything to do with this strangeness that we're seeing occur across the planet with so many record floods, so many diverse places? I understand atmospheric moisture is coming out due to the Hunga Tonga eruption that is raining out of the skies. This is what your setup will look like October 23rd, as the Earth is sandwiched between the sun and those four gas giants lining in a square that has not been seen since 79 AD. Do you think this is connected? And do you think we would get a warning in the public if it was? That's about the simplest I can ask the question. If it is, and then would the tides also be affected coming in closer to that event? And what types of more weather disruptions would we experience that would then dent or absolutely wipe out food production, as we're seeing on every continent right now? Food prices going higher, less availability. Is it the supply chains, or is it a cycle that's back? I'll let you do your own discovery, but thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of the video. Share with your friends and family and see what they think. Show them this chart of the planetary matchups, some 2,000 years apart in time. Engage what their reaction would be. You're going to get a couple types of reactions. Obviously, people are not going to care, which will be the predominant amount. Some will be shocked. Others will be like, no, they would tell us. They would never leave us out here. This is too big. They would have to tell the world. Then you ask yourself, through history, has the populace been told of impending events of such magnitude? Which means that you're with others to figure this out and get prepared for such vast changes. You can see how the economy and our very civilization is being shifted in front of our eyes in real time. In addition to what's happening with the strange anomalies and crop losses, then we have that whole other aspect of the civilization not even being nudged, but just body slammed in a different direction, all occurring and overlapping at the same time. A little difficult for me to believe that these are just a bunch of random events happening that are causing so much change. Bye for now.